The stream.
Welcome in, everyone, to the Final Flippers Resale Podcast. We are live again, guys. Our second one.
Wow. Guys, 200. Thank you.
200. We've made it there.
Man, this is exciting.
We're actually at more than 200. We got enough of a cushion where we could safely have the show without worrying about dropping below 200 before we went live. So,
see, everybody, Stuart would not let us come on until we got that cushion going anyway.
Mm-hmm. So. We were going to wait till we had 300 subs to do our 200 sub live, but
there you go, Stuart. You want to read that one?
Thanks, Mike. Mike and Mary I think, are our two most recent guests we have on the show, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. They were, I believe so.
Yeah. Hello, guys.
Mary says, hi, guys.
Mike is everywhere now, though.
He is
spreading the good word everywhere.
In fact, if we think real hard, close our eyes, maybe we could conjure up Mary and Mike.
Wouldn't that be something?
Magically do that.
Mike, what's going on, man?
How you doing, Johnny? Congratulations, guys.
Buddy.
Good job.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you for joining us on the live.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Hey, guys, we also have somebody else that's getting ready to jump in with us, too. Somebody from one of our past episodes or two. Miss Kathy Terrell. Kathy, how are you doing?
Kathy? How are you guys?
Hi, Kathy.
Waving from the Big Apple.
How's it going? How's it going out there?
I wore Valentine's pink for you because we are February now.
Right.
Love it.
Valentine. Resale Locker Room Podcast says hello. Hello, guys. How you all doing this evening?
Hey, Marla. Yeah. Hey, Happy Picker.
There's
Thanks
Schmidt
for stopping by. Yeah,
Kathy,
February.
how are things in New York City? How any Broadway shows we need to be aware of?
We got cold today. But what I wanted to pop in, you guys. Hi, Happy Picker. How are you?
Yeah.
Are you guys staying on top of all the changes going on eBay?
As far as the size
fee increases,
the fee increases, and
fee increases and big changes for pre-loved clothing sellers. The pre-loved clothing sellers really need to pay attention because if you sort of skim your way through what eBay's putting out, you may miss. It's sort of like read the small print, which I'm sure you guys know all about. But oftentimes, and I'm not knocking eBay, I mean, all the platforms do this, which is they put things out and they do a very soft touch on everything. And honestly, the fee upgrades are minimal. It's not like we look for like yay for fee upgrades, but they are minimal. But you do need to pay attention to them because it is going to affect your margin, particularly on higher ticket items because of, a small percentage point may not seem like that much on a lower price item, but on higher price items, we all know this. It's like here in New York City, we are the land of sales tax. So we are very used to getting sticker shock because you'll get a price on something and then you're paying sales tax. It's like, hello. But really for the
Kathy, they're defaulting close to good. Is that correct?
Yeah. And the thing with that, I'm glad you brought that up. For whatever reason, when they first announced this and they sort of didn't say anything about it. Hey, Breeze Flippers. I thought it was going to be a lot like how they rate DVDs. I mean, we're all used to media ratings, just because they've been around for so long. And so I thought they would be like, an excellent or a like new kind of thing, a very good, a good, fair, acceptable. Seems to be, I mean, I think about Amazon, sort of that's typically how you rate, the stuff. Hey, old school, top 20 reselling podcasts.
Old school flips.
That means we're at least going to mention from Casey Kasem now for top 40. So
yeah,
Dave, you guys are getting up there. You're famous.
Yeah. I would not say that.
Kathy,
I will say coming in.
I will say, Kathy, as a clothing seller, I'm a little nervous that if you put excellent and people want to return it and get a free return, they're going to say it's not excellent.
And see, that's what I'm thinking too. I mean. And I did a YouTube on this, you guys. So it's on my YouTube channel and one person did comment. This is why I love YouTube because, we get comments. saying that she's going to rank her stuff excellent because she considers excellent, and she's willing to go there and take the risk. But I'm like you. I'm like, I like to under promise and over deliver.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm not going to say it's fair, because their fair rating means it's really heavily, like, it's got a lot of wear. But in categories like vintage t-shirts, you guys know this, people will buy stuff that's really ragged out. Or if it's a really cool hat, and again, it's vintage, or maybe somebody famous signed it, or it's from an estate of a celebrity, that kind of thing. Like, I'll come across stuff like that for Broadway stuff. So it's clothing, because it's a jacket, it's a shirt, but it might have a lot of wear and tear. But because it's vintage, it's highly collectible. People don't care.
Yeah, I feel like in the vintage world, fair can be excellent.
And again, somebody might do that because, and this is the thing, this is why I'm telling people they need to read the small print. Excellent means excellent. Excellent means there's virtually no signs of wear and tear. There's nothing. And that's my concern too with excellent, is somebody's going to get it. They'll get the great pink shirt and they find a hair on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, what the truth is does it fit?
Yeah.
Or they just
100%.
don't like it, right? They don't like it. They get it and they don't like it. But
we sold a pair of pants on Mercari last week, and somebody pointed to show that there was a mark on the pant, but all we could see was a shadow. And we think they were trying to use the shadow to show a blemish, to show item not as described. So I feel like if you put excellent, if people want a free return, that's what they're going to do.
And that's my suspicion too. I never rate stuff excellent unless it's like something where it's new with tags, but they've actually ripped the tag off, but the plastic tabby thing is still there. So I know it's a new with retail tag item, but just they ripped the tag off. And maybe then I don't want to do new without tags. Maybe I'll go to excellent, because I'm just sort of downgrading my rating. But I'm with you. I never rate excellent. But I wanted to bring up good, because this is the one that everybody's going to get defaulted to. And this is the one that eBay sellers need to really pay attention to. Is good means it can have a stain, a rip, a tear, visible wear. Fair means it really might have a stain, a rip. It's further down the line. It's defaulting to that. So let's say your thing has got a little bit of fading. It might have a little bit of pilling. I mean, it has a little bit of wear, but there's no stain. Yeah. There's no rip. There's no tear. Oh, and something like if there's a missing button, you guys know this. Missing button, broken zipper, you better call it out. Don't. Yep. I hate I shouldn't say hate. It really annoys me. It really annoys me. Where I'll go to, this typically happens with men's shirts, and there's no mention of the missing button. Yeah. And where the pocket is torn. Okay.
Kathy, Wes apologizes for that. He just didn't notice when he was listing his items.
I mean, I was trying, I'm trying to do things just like you, Mike. How's stuff going for you?
People do it so fast, Wes, and there's a lot of people that advocate doing it fast. And what they'll say in the description is the pictures are part of the description. Mike, I don't know if you've run across this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then you look at the pictures, which means now I have to go and look at all the pictures. And sure enough, there's a missing button, which isn't always clear, or a rip on the pocket isn't always clear. A stain, but let's say like it's a blue ink stain and it's a blue plaid shirt. So it isn't the easiest thing to spot. And because they don't call it out specifically, missing button, third down, look at the fourth picture. Ink stain in the plaid about, right around the waist. So at least I know where I'm looking, and then tell them what picture it is. And that's what I'm telling my sellers to do. If there's any kind of mark or stain or rip or broken zipper or whatever it is like on hats, like, there might be something on it, call it out.
Yep.
And you want to tell people and take a picture of it, and don't try to hide it, because you're protecting yourself, Johnny, you know this, from an item not as described, because eBay will go and look. If you call it out, this is what's going on. You take a picture of it, you tell them what picture, and then the person gets it. I didn't know it was missing a button, but you called it out.
Yep.
Well, we're going to bring in Mike. We've got somebody special.
Kathy, it was so good to see you.
in.
You
Yeah,
guys too.
great to see you, Kathy.
Mary.
Thank you
Hi,
for
Mary.
joining us. this
I
evening.
gotta say my name is- But listen, you guys.
Was it fuchsia? Was it fuchsia shirt day?
See, it is the ladies. We're in sync. Mary and I called each other. Listen, you're going on with the guys. We're going to do pink tonight.
I hate when I miss fuchsia shirt day.
I doubt Johnny Stewart or Wes are going to have on a pink shirt, and we know Mike's not going to do a pink shirt, so we're going to go for it. But just quickly, you guys, because I'm going to do a workshop February 10th, and if people hop on my website, ilovetobselling.com, they'll see it. I'm going to deep dive on this clothing thing, because it just gives suggestions. Johnny, like what you called out on excellent, but really give suggestions for good and fair and ways that you can detail it. It's to protect you, but it's also to educate the buyer, because the you know how eBay's going to describe good, it's going to say it could have a Repetera stain. So if yours doesn't have a Repetera stain, and because eBay's defaulting everything to good, is that you want to take a little bit of time and go in and clarify it. Otherwise, you might lose a sale because people think your shirt, your pants, your hoodie has a Repetera stain when it doesn't. They don't see it in the pictures, but they don't know. They go, well, maybe it's there. I don't see it. I can't tell. It's plaid. Who knows?
Yeah, and
Well, Kathy,
one more
thank
thing
you so
before you
much
leave. Well, one more thing before you leave, Kathy. I really appreciate you bringing that up, because if you look at the Facebook groups, you would think the only thing eBay changed was the fees, because that's all anybody's talking about. And I would venture to say this is a lot more critical issue than the 0.2% fee increase. Like you said, it's not inconsequential, but it's not near as big a deal as these kind of changes that nobody ever reads about. So thanks for bringing
Because you, like what your astute colleague pointed out, that you can get snagged with a free return, even if you don't take returns, even if buyer has, I take returns, but buyer has to pay returns. But if they can get you on an item that is described, that eBay automatically defaults you that you get to pay for the return, and then you get to fight with eBay about it. And that can really eat money up. We all know how much our postage is, and you really don't want to be paying for returns. So that's why you need to pay attention to this.
Well, like it
But
says
anyway, I'm
there,
glad Mary got the fuchsia notice. I'm glad we are.
Love it.
like it says on the screen, Kathy's episode with us was episode 37. So go back and check her out. She's
Thank you.
full of eBay knowledge to help you. So,
And I'll
Kathy, thank
definitely
you so
come
much
back.
for joining us this evening. We appreciate
Adore
you.
you guys. You're doing so great. It's like, yay.
Thank
And
you
here
so
we
much.
Kathy.
go. 2025. Here we go.
Here we go.
See you later, you guys.
See you, Kathy.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Kathy.
Bye, Amy.
Mary, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Just how are you guys doing?
You know, we're just living the dream.
Yeah. See here, yeah. Just selling stuff. I hung out with my grandkids all weekend. That was fun.
We got a lot of other people coming in with us too. Breeze Flippers has joined us.
Hey guys,
The
It's our
David Beckham. The
pinch
David
hitter.
Beckham.
D. David Beckham is here.
He's our pinch hitter. So,
Uh,
Mike,
always-
you
always
all
available.
both have a lot going on. It seems like you and Johnny said this earlier. It's like you all are everywhere now. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
I
all
see
over the
Mike
place.
everywhere.
That's right. You have to be. You have to have your hands in all different pots and different situations. A lot going on in the community, and we want to do our best to get all the information out there so everyone can be informed.
Yeah, you all were just on our episode, as you see on the screen there, episode 49, just a few episodes ago.
Right, it is long ago.
So where are you all going from here? You're bouncing everywhere, but what are you all going to try to do now as we start to move into the springtime? And I know we talked about on our episode some meetups you all were doing. Where are you coming up next to go?
Well, actually, the next thing that's officially scheduled is the coverage for the Boss remix. Mary's not going to be able to make this one, but I'll be there. So I will start, getting my camera out and doing a little preliminary stuff. I'm planning on doing one more video before I go to Vegas, and that's going to be a preparation video. In other words, what to do, how to prepare for a meetup. And since I've been to a lot of them, I have some, various techniques and different tricks to prepare myself for the meetups. And one of the big ones is to really watch, previous coverage of meetups. Like when I did not go to the first reseller rally when Lonnie and John had hosted it, but I watched all that coverage, so I kind of had an idea of what to expect and what to prepare for. So I watched all those videos, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be covering all the different events. So we're going to like construct like a library of all the events. So it'll be like a little encyclopedia. You can look up the previous meetups or the up and coming meetups and check them all out. So to answer your question, basically one more video that I'm just going to record from home, and a little bit of a kind of a how-to get ready for the meetups. And then in March, I'll be in Vegas and we'll start covering the boss meetup. And then also in March, which will be the 28th, I'll be going to Omaha for the Planes to Profit meetup, and I'll be doing the same thing, doing all the coverage. And basically what I'll do is like I'll just get a camera and a microphone and film whatever's going on at the meetups. And, interview if they're speakers, I'll interview the speakers, and certainly interview all the attendees and see what their spin is on it, and do some other recording. Like,
Mike, you're living the dream, man. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I'm in my glory.
It helps us, the ones of us who have FOMO on this kind of stuff, because due to my daughter getting married this year, my funds are a little tight. Paying for a wedding is very expensive. So I won't be at Boss this year. I'm hoping if my 2 remaining kids do not get married next year, maybe Amy and I can make it to Boss in 2026. We'll see. But yeah, I can't wait to see the coverage of all these different events, because they are not, I won't be able to attend in person this year. So nice to have our man on the street there.
Evidently, Death Pile Picker thinks, look at this hot mess of a panel.
Hey, Mike.
Thank God for Mary in the screen.
Yeah. We're glad you're there, man.
The only thing that's keeping us normal here.
Well, here, we're going to add to the panel. I'm going to bring in Lillian.
Oh,
hey, if you get 3 more, we can do a Brady Bunch thing.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Brady Bunch. Y'all need to turn your phones, I think, make them bigger.
I figured I have to turn it.
There you go.
I'm not
There
used
you go.
All right. Hey, are y'all ready to play some Mad Libs?
No.
No.
I did not prepare any for this show, so you're safe.
Well, Lillian, I want to start off. Are you okay? Do you need any water? Or do you need anything?
I'm not choking today, so that's a good thing. I'm hydrating. There you go.
Well, whoever missed that episode, we like to put some bloopers at the start of our podcast that we do. Lillian got choked and walked off set. So, we were really concerned for a minute. And Johnny said we've never had anybody die on our podcast.
Yeah, that would have been the first.
Oh,
I'm glad that did not happen.
Guaranteed.
No. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Appreciate the recap. Thank you.
1, we did not want you to die, and 2, I hear there's a lot of paperwork if someone dies on your podcast, and
I bet.
fill out all the paperwork.
Oh, boy.
Here's a question for us. Are all the Finder Slippers going to go to Nashville? Well, we know Johnny is going for sure.
Yeah, we are booked.
I'm looking at coming down on Saturday, and Sturt, yours is up in the air. Let me say it right. Sturt, yours is up in the air, right? Sturt.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends. My daughter's getting married the very next week after the Nashville meetup, so we may or may not have stuff going on the weekend before, but I may try to go over with Wes, so we'll just see. But yeah, Johnny's going to be all official. He's got a hotel and everything. So
That's right.
Don says, "Hey, congratulations, or congrats, guys." Sorry, says congrats. Yeah. So according to our research guy, Stuart, Maria and Lillian were on episode 45. So that is a classic. It is a classic. It's a very funny one. So Marla, how have you all been?
We've been very well. Thank you for asking. It's a little cold up here in the old Pennsylvania, but doing well. Thank you. Thank you. Kudos to whoever edited our episode 45 because that had to be a monumental task. So I give that episode all to whoever edited that and put that together. Great
Thank you so
job.
much.
Wes-
took time,
Wes
but it
is
was
our
well worth
editor extraordinaire for all our episodes.
That was funny.
So what's going on in the whatnot world, ladies? Everything going good?
Busy. We're busy.
Very busy. Yes, we have Paper Palooza coming up next weekend. We have Shopaholic that's going every other Tuesdays. We've got we're doing our very first risque adult theme event, so that's going to be a first. It's
That's a
all
meetup y'all
ephemera.
want to get on, Mike. There you go.
It's called En
Willie,
Fuego
are there
Ephemera.
going to be a lot of googly eyes on things?
Yeah, or sticky notes. I can't take pictures unless I put sticky notes on them. So I'm
Sticky
always
note
getting
bikinis.
flagged for the sticky notes. So yeah.
Yep. So we're trying different things, different events and different themes and just having fun with it.
I think our biggest thing, venture, I guess, for Marla and I in 2025 right now is the Allentown Paper Show is coming April, what did I say? 26th and 27th, right?
27th. Yep, correct. And we are going to do an event around it all 3 days. We're going to run trains all 3 days, and we're going to be live at the booth. And Papergoy, which I think is another one of your guests tonight, is going to do interviews for us. From
That
the
name
hours
sounds
of
familiar, Stuart.
1 to 3 on Saturday. So he's our official interviewer, which we're grateful to have him because if any of you have ever watched any of his shows, he's a talker. So
He's not a reliable source.
and he's gonna stream F Talks to his channel as well, which if you follow us on Whatnot at all, F Talks is an educational event where all of our sellers do a little bit of educating about whatever their favorite subject matter is. So that's a good little collaboration that we're excited about also.
We have
just
F
real quick,
Talks as well.
Speaking of, oh, go ahead, Johnny.
We have F Talks as well, but that's when we're frustrated. We just talk about our frustrations.
Totally different. Yeah.
Stu has his own take as to what F Talks should be called.
Yes.
Yeah, and real quick, Paperboy was not able to make the show, but he did send a prepared statement through his attorney. So it says,
Go ahead and read that, Stuart.
It says, congratulations from the $1 Million Peddlers on your achievement. And there's no truth to the rumor Paperboy intentionally got food poisoning to avoid the show tonight. It's just a fringe. So, yeah, him and his partner, Mr. Magazine, apparently ate somewhere yesterday, and they both got food poisoning. So, unfortunately, David didn't make it. He did send that prepared statement. So, hope you feel better.
No.
People literally try to kill themselves to not have to come on this show. That's where we're
Well,
at.
sometimes they come on and try to kill themselves.
And try to kill themselves. There you go. There's a theme here, guys. There's a theme.
There
Yeah.
is a thing. And even the real David Beckham there. David, you even in Florida got snowed in over a week ago, right?
Yeah, we did. And I think I still made it on the show. I mean,
Well, how were you able to dig out of all that snow in Florida?
it's really hard. You have to wait until it warms up and then it just all goes away. It's usually like the next day. It lasted for 3 days. It was not that bad, honestly.
Wow.
I'm an Iowa boy, so snow is nothing. But I hadn't seen snow in like a very, very long time. So I moved to Florida 28 years ago. So I moved to get away from that. So it was fun. At least it only happens once every 100 years. So
How much did y'all end up getting in Pensacola?
8 inches.
Wow.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's unprecedented. It was to see snow on the beach. It was unreal.
That's amazing.
Yeah, my dogs absolutely did not know what to think of it.
Same as
That's
always,
more.
he uses his nose.
More than we've had up here in PA, that's for sure.
Yep.
We
Mm.
haven't had that much.
A rural squirrel dropping in.
Kristen.
Picking grass.
Kristen.
Hello, Kristen. Thank you so much.
Well, we
Dropping
really
in.
appreciate all of y'all stopping by. That means a lot to us, and we really enjoyed having
Yep.
all y'all as guests, and we want to have all y'all back too. So
For sure.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Congratulations on your
And
200,
congratulations.
guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much.
Thanks, guys. And we appreciate you.
See, I
We'll
didn't
see.
die on the show. Bye.
Bye.
How do
Okay.
thank you, Kristen.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mary. Look at that. Look at
Yeah.
all this support and love.
Well,
Aw.
we've got to leave the real David Beckham in here with us for a little longer
For a little
because
bit. Because I feel like I think
He's
I might
kind of-
be the most time on this show. I feel like maybe
Yeah,
I
you're
haven't
like
been
the
there.
fifth Beatle.
Yeah,
I was going to say he's kind of the unofficial fourth member of the Founder Slipper Trace.
I fill in whenever you need me, and I love it, guys. I love talking with you guys. And Johnny, my wife now is following your frizzy finds, and she's finding all this stuff. So tell your wife that she is getting my wife more interested in everything, and I appreciate that. So it's awesome. It really is. So, but so
Yeah,
much fun, guys.
she's like a Rain Man with like all these clothing brands and stuff.
Oh
It's surreal.
God, it's unbelievable. I mean, the stuff she finds. I mean, my wife sits there and shows me stuff. She goes, I can't believe that she finds these things. Where does she find these things? I go, I don't know, just keep watching her and you'll keep learning. But
Yeah,
it's crazy. So impressive.
She's like a
very
bloodhound
impressive.
for that stuff.
Yes, she is. That is impressive. And I've seen some of y'all's numbers, and I'm jealous a little how good you're doing. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a full-fledged operation at this point, no doubt
It
about
is.
it.
It surely is. So very impressive. Very impressive.
Well,
So
thank you, and I will pass along. She'll
Thank you.
appreciate.
and we had the Rural Squirrel, like it says on episode 34. David, you've been in. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how many podcasts that you've
I
been
don't
a
know.
part of, but you pinch hit for us on episode 50, and Stuart and Johnny both were talking about the one they had to miss, a big one, episode 50.
Yeah, you'll be around for
But-
number 100, guys. So don't worry.
Well,
Planning on it.
Good.
Stuart has a haircut that day.
Stuart, man, what's going on, dude? I got my haircut. I'm liking this new fuzzy look you got.
Yeah, so by vote of the
I like that we
audience,
call it
you
the
like,
fuzzy look.
Do you like the short-haired Stuart or the long-haired hippie? You know,
Honestly, I'm digging the hippie. I'm digging the hippie because I'm a little jealous because I can't do long hair. I had to get my hair cut last week. I was dying.
Well, you have to admit, though, what he's got going on is pretty impressive, you know?
Yeah, it is. It looks
Johnny and
good.
I think he's trying to go Kenny Rogers on us or something.
Yeah,
think he's getting
definitely.
very close.
Or some form of Jerry Garcia, or he's in the ZZ Top cover band. Could be that.
If he starts singing, you got to know when to hold him. We'll know.
if you remember, this all started because I was going to be Santa for a Christmas episode. Then we ended up not really having a Christmas episode. We got busy. And so
what I'm wondering though is he does go to Dollywood a lot. Maybe he is a Kenny Rogers impersonator on the weekends.
We just don't know it.
Baby, when you left me.
Yeah, he's definitely not.
You got a little work to do. It's all right.
Oh, Mike
Oh,
says
there's
he's like
definitely
a
a Bob
Bob
Vila vibe.
Yeah, that's right, Mike. Or Marty
Stuart,
Stope. Oh, there you go.
fix something in the background real quick. It'll be totally Bob Vila.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Is
I
that guy
like that
still
one.
alive?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good question.
Bob Vila's still
like-
alive. That's a good
You know
question.
what? I
He just
think he is.
he hit the 80s really hard, and then it turned
Yeah.
1990, and no one heard from Bob Vila again.
Mhm.
That's when
Thank you.
HGTV came on the scene, and all your like home guys were also like male pinup models. You know, Bob Vila did not fit that.
Bob
did need
Vila
that.
is still alive, and
Yeah.
he's 78 years old.
There you
Oh,
go.
wow.
Still hanging on.
Well, we do need to say a shout out to
Vila.
Mike Deathpaw Picker and Jimmy Old School Flips. They've got their Reseller Leftover podcast going. I think they're up to about episode, 60 something.
Yeah,
So
but they've only been together for like 4.
Well, true, but
Yeah.
you know, Mike brings a lot to that table.
It's
so.
like Saturday Night Live. It's the same show, but the cast just
The cast just
constantly
changes up. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
shout out to you
crack me
guys
up.
for.
They were in our
We're
early
the-
episodes too.
I think
Yes,
we're
they
the
were.
longest running mediocre podcast with the same panel that's ever
Yeah,
been.
this is.
So,
We may
Yeah.
be like the only reselling podcast that has not changed people.
We might be.
Yeah.
Of course, we have our adjunct here, so.
I fill in whenever you need me, guys. So I love it. Actually, it's just love talking to somebody instead of just the camera. So I think I just uploaded my 29th video because Wes talked me into it. But I'm sitting on 92. I can't seem to grow past 92 people. So, but I'm not really talking to anybody. So.
Well, hopefully tonight we
you-
can get you there.
well, let me tell you what you do, David. Here's what Wes did. You create like 17 or 18 fake YouTube accounts. And I mean, that's a big part of our subscriber base right there. So,
That's a good.
Of course, I lose
have
track where I'm
probably 10
at
of them.
sometimes. So.
I probably do have 10 different ones I could do. So who knows? I don't know.
Well, you need to get Mike Deathpaw Picker on there. He says he's a 9 or 10. Risk is always high with him on board. So you're going to run the risk, but the payoff may be pretty good for you.
No, Mike brings them in. He definitely has helped the other channel. So yeah, it's a fun channel. I just saw Mike Saturday, so I bought a bunch of stuff from him off of Dibdit. So picked up some stuff. He's a great guy.
He is a great guy. We all, you and me and Mike, all three got together last summer, I believe, and we all got to see each other. So that was fun. But yeah,
we'll have to do that again. Mike's practically my neighbor now, so he's just up the road from me. So it's kind of fun. So he's always around. A matter of fact, I'm picking against him now, and you don't want to do that. So
now how competitive is he?
No, I tell you what, he's probably the most generous guy in the world, but he does find the deals. He's just so personal. He just, I mean, you can see it when you watch his videos. He's just personal, and people just give him stuff. So, I mean, he finds video games, and I don't know where he gets all this stuff, but I can learn from him. That's for sure. You need a vacation a little further west.
Yeah, because you all drove, I think it was like 2 hours.
It's 2 hours, yeah. It's pretty rough to get there. So Panama City is a long haul from where we're at.
Well, maybe one of you all can put me up. That way I can come on over there.
I'm sure we could find a place. I got an extra bedroom as long as the girls aren't home. So
there you go. I'll have to wrap it around that. So
yeah. No, funny.
Here.
yeah, in fact,
despite what Dave says about him.
David, we had our milestone episode number 50, and neither Johnny or I could bother to show up. You had to show up for it. So
I was trying very, very hard in the parking lot, but could not get reception. Although at that point in the day, you probably didn't want me on the episode.
He may have imbibed in a few cocktails of sorts.
Those Canadian beers just hit a little different.
They do. That's for sure.
So we do have some giveaways tonight, and we're going to ask a few questions. So I think what we're going to do, Stuart, if you want to kind of talk about it, how we're going to do that.
Sure. Well, I don't know how y'all are going to do yours.
He don't even know how we're going to do it.
Well, I know how I'm going to do mine. I don't know how you're going to do yours. So, I had a little trivia question I was going to ask, and I have to say, probably David's not eligible since he was on the episode with her one time. But I was just going to ask. So let me show you what you could win. You can either win a Franklin Hill Ventures tie-dyed T-shirt. Kind of goes with my Jerry Garcia look I got going on, and I have every size large. I have small, medium, and extra large. Or if you'd rather, you can get a jar of our Christmas jam. So strawberry cranberry jam. It's really good. So the question is, what is my youngest daughter's name, who's been a guest on the show? I think, well, she's been a guest once, but she made an appearance twice, I think. So
Mhm.
who knows my daughter's name? That would be the question to win this or this. So as you go back
Let's
and watch
see.
all 52 episodes and get back to us.
She is in the thumbnail of the the episode she's in. So
I think she's in a car too, right?
yeah, yeah, we
In
all
the
are.
thumbnail. Hint, hint. Yeah, we're all in the cars. So
Yeah,
hint, hint.
that might have been episode 27.
Yeah.
Maybe episode 27.
That's when we came to you live from somewhere on the road. Can't remember exactly where, but so hey, Quirky Picker.
Oh yeah,
Chat.
where were
Quirky
you
Picker.
guys?
We were, I think at that time we were in Illinois, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It was very Midwestern.
What's up,
We were
Chad?
in
How you doing?
the windmill portion of our trip, because that's all we saw were corn and windmills. So
Happy Picker says, well, I think that's one of the ones I haven't seen. Come on, Happy Picker. You got to go and see that one. Stuart was on the road that episode. So who's going to get this one?
And then the ice cream shop was closed.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
we walked all the way to
He was
the
gonna
ice
get
cream
ice
shop
cream.
and ended up having to go to the grocery store and just buy like a box of popsicles. Real letdown.
Now, she was on one of our other ones, Stuart, later on. She made like a quick
She said
cameo.
hi a
She
couple
wasn't-
weeks ago.
That was like
Yeah.
last 2 episodes, either last
Mhm.
episode or so. No, I do have a niece named Allie though.
Wow,
Melissa, you're
Schmidt
pretty
Oxen's
close.
taking
but
a stab at it.
Close.
Very close.
Guys,
Very, very
while we have people watching, I'm curious in the comments, how is eBay doing? Because my eBay is dead. It's absolutely dead. It's terrible. It's like record low. And I'm just curious how everybody else's eBay, because misery loves company. Roddy, it's not Roddy.
not Roddy.
But then she corrected herself, and we do have a winner.
Oh,
Well,
Rosie.
Hold on. Rosie. There you go.
Yeah.
And she
I
she
couldn't
even
forget
spelled it
Rosie
right.
because honestly, I had a Yorkie named Rosie, so that's
We
how I
had to
couldn't
build
forget it.
suspense, though, Stuart. I had to let everybody see that for a minute. So,
So,
yes, Rosie.
so Lillian, would you like a T-shirt or the Christmas jam? You can just
Before we
put
get
that in the
that answer,
comments. And
though, here's what a real squirrel says about
I
her
have your
eBay.
Yes,
address.
Kristen, thank you. Misery loves company.
I want to know more about this eBay thing, so I want to see what other people are saying. Oh, Death Pile's getting ready to have a auction on Dibdit here at 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh,
I
look
I
at
spent
him.
so much with
Thanks,
Death
buddy.
Pile in the past week. I don't think I can afford to go on. I got to sell something.
yeah. Good luck on that, Mike. Have a good show.
He's been having pretty good shows over there.
Schmidt Auctions, that's right.
Oh man,
The
going
jams are
jam.
So good.
Damn,
Going
all right.
jam.
I have your address, Lillian, or I can find it. If not, I'll reach out to you. So,
She's going for the jam.
So Johnny.
yeah, I
why,
mean, as far as
oh, go ahead. I want to hear what you
I was
guys have
just
to
going
say.
to say, as far as eBay for me, I mean, it's been okay. It's not as good as it was in December and early January. Like up through the middle of January, I was doing really well on all the platforms, and come about the middle of January, really everything tailed off a little bit. Poshmark's actually been up for me, which probably because I started promoting my store again. But
We
Yeah,
have
Go ahead.
we are shipping out 13 orders tomorrow, and we are typically at 50 to 60.
On eBay?
Just in like total, just in
total.
general.
Okay. Yeah, eBay's been weird. I mean, January, the first couple weeks and a half were pretty good.
Yeah.
I was actually almost 60% over, because I look at my numbers pretty closely. I was 60% above what I was last year at that time. And I ended up the month at about 49% above what I did last year. But I mean, it was kind of different. But then like last week, I mean, stuff just kind of like dropped. There was really no sales. I think I had $250, $300 in sales. It wasn't much. I mean, being part-time, that's, I'm not complaining. this weekend I thought was going to be bad, but I ended up selling two pretty good size, several comics that were graded comics that did really well. So I ended up pretty good. So I'll probably be a little over 400 this week, but it is slower. I've noticed that. Seems like a lot of people looking, but not a lot of people buying. So it's been
Yeah,
a
we're
real
definitely
challenge.
sending out a lot of offers.
Yeah,
I
I've
mean,
been
there's a
doing the
lot
same.
of offers going through.
Yeah, I think it'll pick back up as soon as taxes kind of come around. I think that's going to be the big one. So hopefully we'll see something coming after that.
Yeah, and I saw Happy Picker said they were 20% down from last year. I mean, January was my second best month ever that I've had, and it was 118% better than last January.
Well, that's really good. I was happy with almost 50% because it was better than last year. Last year I did $800.
I mean, it was funny. My two best months I've ever had were right in a row. December 2024 is the best month I've ever had by far, by like $2,500.
Yep.
And then January is my second best month, and then so far this month I haven't really sold much of anything. So it's like somebody turned the faucet off as soon as the calendar turned. But
I've heard this from a lot of people, and I'm kind of thinking there might have been something that went on with eBay. I kind of got to wonder if there is. I'm not a big conspiracy person. I don't believe in that, but I do think, economy has a lot to do with it. There's just a lot of stuff, but it seems like a lot of people have said that their eBay really dropped off. I mean, I was happy that I'm up where I am, but I think that there's something going on. Can't figure it out. And honestly, I got to wonder, I mean, do any of you guys use List Perfectly, and do you guys do cross listing? Okay,
Yeah,
I've been
sure
using List Perfectly, and I'm at the $99 level. And I got to be honest with you. I mean, I love the software, but I can't justify it because I've made no sales on Poshmark or Mercari, and I'm competitively priced on there. I can't figure it out. Just nothing. There's nothing selling.
Yeah, and I'm at the $99 price level as well. But I mean, I do it on 5 platforms. So I also do Etsy and Facebook Marketplace. And I mean, Etsy's my second. So mine would be eBay first, Etsy second, probably Poshmark third, then Mercari and Facebook Marketplace. Although I will say Facebook Marketplace ends up leading to a lot of local sales that I don't track as far as like they end up in List Perfectly. So, I mean, I'm
Team Vendu.
$99 has been worth it.
That's what you use, right, Johnny? Vendu?
Yeah, Team Vendu all the way.
Johnny, I started on Vendu, and the only problem that I had with Vendu is the way that I do my business, as I work everything from eBay over. And
that's what we do.
It didn't tell me though when if I delisted something on eBay, I didn't know that I was doing it in Vendu. I mean, if there's a way to do it, I'd love to know it.
Yeah.
But that's a problem. It messed up everything, and I was so confused. I couldn't do it. I had to take everything out of Mercari and Poshmark and start all over when I got List Perfectly.
Yeah.
Hey, one question, David. Go ahead, Johnny. Before
no, go ahead. You're good.
I was just going to say. So, do you also use the Poshmark sharing and offers and stuff? And that hasn't really made a difference.
Nothing. I bet I sold maybe 10 things on Poshmark last year. Now I made about $600-700 on Mercari last year, but it was a struggle. So it wasn't enough to pay for what I think is that $100 a month for List Perfectly now. So I don't know. I'm debating.
I was paying for Poshmark.
Interesting comments coming in.
So once they added the Poshmark stuff, that was like $35. For free. Then I also have pretty good referral stuff from List Perfectly. I mean, I've been on List Perfectly a long time, so I got in on the early days of the referral program. I don't quite pay for my $99, but I'm really close. So I mean,
if I could do that, I would do that. I would keep it. But I don't know. I've been thinking about Vendu. So Johnny, I may have to message you sometime and call you and just ask you some questions because I'm curious. I'm trying to be smart about what I'm doing with my finances.
Yeah, you had mentioned about, so the one thing, like my con of, I think just cross listing in general is like, we like to operate out of eBay, too. And so like when we post in eBay because we like to use other people's listings versus like in like Vendu or something where you have to create your own. So we'll list through eBay, import, and then share that way. But delisting and relisting is kind of a pain in the butt. I will say that. And we don't delist and relist as much as we used to. And I'm of the firm believer that delisting and relisting is beneficial. I know that it's out on there, but I think it does help.
I do between 20 and 50 a day on eBay, just because that's been helping our business. And then I relist those over time and kind of redo the listings. I mean, I do that a lot. So, but that's been the hardest part. I'd love to use Vendu, but List Perfectly, what works so beautifully about it is you can click on it and say, I'm either in it or not. So you can click on it and link it again, and it makes it really easy. So I don't know. It's a tough decision. I'm going to buckle down this month and see if I can make it worthwhile and do it. But $100 a month is tough.
We chose Vendu initially because of the auto delist. Like if you sold it somewhere else, because we were double selling all the time. Yeah.
And that makes a difference. Well, List Perfectly does that now, but it's at the $99 level. If they did it at the $69 level, I'd stay on it forever. So if List Perfectly people are hearing this, move it back. So, because that's the only thing I use. I mean, if that would be one, I would pay extra for that if I could just have that and not have to pay the $99 level.
Yeah.
And you do bring up you bring up a good point, David, because I said this when they were thinking about putting in that $99 tier. I wonder if they would make more money if they would have just put everything in the $69 platform. And, because I know some people left List Perfectly just because they were in that Pro Plus beta, like the stuff, but didn't want to pay the extra $30. And, and I mean, I'm a pretty high volume person, so it's definitely, I've been able to absorb that $30. But yeah, for somebody who's, not listing as much or, not taking, not cross posting to a lot of different platforms. I mean, that is a big chunk of change.
It's a ton. Yeah. It's a tough decision. It's one of those business decisions I keep talking about and trying to figure out, so because I'm going to keep doing it. Plus I'm going to start selling on another platform. I'm not selling on Whatnot because we've already talked about that. I've made a mess of that before. But I'm going to start selling on Dibdit here pretty soon. And, I wish that it would work with that, but I don't care. I'll list different stuff on that. But I mean, I would love to see Mercari pick up. I just can't seem to get it to go. I've got probably 300-400 items on Mercari, and I list a lot of stuff and cross list it, but just can't get it to pop back up. And I know it's competitive, so I don't know. It's one of those tough things.
And I will say, I already sell on District, which is also on on Knickknacks, which is also on the District Marketplace, just like the other one is. And while I cross post all my stuff there as well, even though List Perfectly doesn't technically work with it, you can set up the custom marketplaces, so I can at least see it's on there. And then I just, when it's literally so easy to list on that platform, it really doesn't add much time to the listing. I do have to manually delist it, but that's pretty quick too. So you can at least track on there.
Really? Okay.
Even though you can't auto delist, hopefully, and I've submitted requests, so that they'll add the District Marketplace, because it is starting to pick up with, I know that's the Commonwealth Picker one, the one you're doing, Crazy Lamplights, the Knickknacks one.
Yeah, she's done awesome.
Starting to get pretty big platforms, so I'm hoping List Perfectly will add support. I've heard they're getting close to adding support for Whatnot, maybe. I can't remember who told me that. And I know Vendu already does Whatnot, but
Vendu does, yeah.
If they would do Whatnot, that's another one. I just set it up as a custom marketplace because I cross post everything to the 5 marketplaces that List Perfectly supports that I use, then plus Knickknacks and Whatnot.
Yeah.
So.
But you do a lot of Etsy too, which I'm impressed with that, because Etsy is it's all for vintage. You have to either have vintage or handmade, I think,
handmade,
is that what I understood?
Yeah.
So, but I guess, I don't know. Do you have to kind of really think hard about what you post up there, especially if you're cross listing to Etsy, or do you?
Pretty much everything I sell is vintage.
Okay.
And you thought, they're pretty liberal with their vintage because it's only a 20-year market or 20-year time frame. So at this point, it's hard to believe to me that anything made in 2026 or before 2020 or 2006 rather is vintage. But that's how many things you sell, or you probably sell a lot that was made before 2006.
I do,
and all that stuff is on Etsy. So
really, and you don't think the fees are that bad, or?
No, they're very comparable. To be honest, when you really break it down, I think the fees are pretty similar on all the marketplaces. Of course, it depends on how much you promote on eBay, and you can also promote, of course, on Etsy and Poshmark and Mercari and Facebook Marketplace even. But yeah, I find my margins. If you take out the advertising part, my margins are pretty similar on all the platforms.
I might have to look at Etsy because that may be a good place to kind of help build that value for List Perfectly. Because I don't know. Like I said, I've been on there for so long. I hate to leave it, but I just it's gotta pay for itself. So that's interesting. I'll have to look at that.
David, do you put everything that you have listed like on eBay? Is it on Mercari, or do you cherry pick?
As much as possible, and so it comes down to one of these things where it's a time balance, right? So it takes me a little bit of time. So I try to do, I try to do about 30 to 40 listings a week to try to put up there. I'm trying, actually, my goal right now is to teach Sherry how to do some of those because I need some help. Because especially since I started doing videos now, so it takes a little bit of time. So to do those and try to do everything else. So I'm trying to balance the things that I really want to do. Although, YouTube doesn't make me any money. It just gives me joy. So it makes me happy.
Because I know, like,
real quick, I just want to say El Pass is giving us congratulations on 200.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much, Caleb. We appreciate you.
Because I'll say when we first started cross listing and we were using Depop, we were cherry picking like what I thought would sell on Depop. And then one day I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just throwing everything on there. And like stuff sells on Depop and Mercari. Well, we're not on Depop anymore, but things sell on those
and
platforms. Yeah. That like we're surprised by. So
really?
Sometimes, like, I think when you're using cross listing and you're trying to like kind of validate that money difference, like you've got to like just open the floodgates and let everything on there.
But do you find you have to lower prices on Mercari quite a bit to make up the difference, or do you not?
I mean, I've been slowly pricing things a little bit lower on Mercari just because their fees are a little bit lower, just to try to give it life a little bit. But we do probably $700 to $1,000 a month on Mercari.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
you've given me hope.
But Mercari's weird though. Like we'll have 5 sales in one day, and then we won't hear anything for 2 weeks, and then there's 5 one day.
That's what I'm going to do then. I'm just going to list everything on Mercari and I'm going to go, as they say, balls to the wall this month and try to get everything up there, because maybe that's the difference. I mean, I had 400 or 500 items on Mercari, but I have 1,400 items on eBay. So I need to get those up there. I think that'll make a difference. Maybe it'll help.
Yeah.
Can't hurt.
Yeah. And
real quick,
Kristen that's a good point on Mercari, and that for that exact reason, I just do free shipping on Mercari and use Pirate Ship. I just work, an extra however much for shipping. And in fact, I do free shipping on all the platforms except for Etsy and Poshmark. So
really, see, I've been real timid about free shipping. That's been the thing that I've always. I mean, I do. So to be honest with you, I've talked about it on my videos, but I bought a huge collection of. I hate to say it, guys, Playboy magazines. They were just vintage Playboy magazines, but I bought a huge collection of them, and I've been selling them on eBay, Mercari, and all that. But I do free.
No wonder you haven't had time to cross list.
I don't even want to, guys. I don't even want to talk about how hard those were to list. They were. You've such been busy, huh? It's one of those things that was such a good deal at 60 cents a magazine. And I'm selling them for $18 a magazine, and I do free shipping. And it was just such a hard deal to pass up. It's not something I would literally buy, but it was like terrible to do 300 of those listings was like, anyway. But that's the only thing I do free shipping right now. So I haven't done a lot of free shipping. Personally, the thing is, I think, I don't know. I do offers, and I think that's one of the things that's really hard, because when you do offers and then people go, oh, you got free shipping, they do an offer and they just lowball you. I mean, I'm declining offers all the time on the free shipping stuff. I do that on the magazine. So, because it costs, I mean, believe it or not, you can't ship them medium mail. It costs about $8 to ship one of those because they're heavy. They're over a pound.
Yeah.
So, so I can't really do free shipping. So if I'm selling for $16.99 or $15.99 and free shipping, I'm not taking offers on them. So I don't know. That's a hard thing. Free shipping is, I think you'd have to change your whole model to it. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
and
can't have like
like you
random
said, old
things be
fashioned.
free shipping.
Yeah, you got to
yeah, and
build
it
it
was
in
a change.
and do it.
And it was a
Yep.
change. I mean, my whole store, I offer free shipping on absolutely everything and have free returns as well.
Yeah.
The good thing is, like, I don't think Johnny could do that selling clothes because we were talking about this before the show. I mean, the return rate on clothes is a lot higher. I mean, you got the whole,
Huge.
just short-term
Yeah.
rentals, what people are doing a lot of times.
Right.
When you sell stuff like I do, which is all vintage and antique, collectibles, china, flatware, books, I mean, all paper, those kind of things. I mean, people can look at the picture and, there's not a lot of question about whether it fits, but, they know they like it when they see it. And I can count on one hand the number of returns I'll have in a year. So it's definitely a risk worth taking. And I feel like I save enough in fees over the course of a year to make up for any of the returns I might have. So for me, it makes sense. Now, Etsy, and one thing I'll tell you about Etsy, it's a little, in my opinion anyway, it's a little higher end clientele than the other platforms. So you can charge a little more. And so that's why I work in shipping. That's the one platform out, Poshmarket's baked in the shipping. There's not really an option for free shipping. Yeah. So yeah, with Etsy, that's the only one I do calculated shipping on everything. And, that's probably where I get my highest margins is on Etsy. So.
Yeah, that might be something to think about even on Macari. I like that idea of doing that, just to kind of make it something a little bit more inviting. But I mean, I don't know. It'd be hard to change my whole model on eBay because of all the stuff I do, but it could be done. I mean, it would just take a long time to do it, change prices on everything and how to start doing it. But I also do a lot because, me and my marketing background, my MBA hat on, I do a lot of like splits. So I'll do some stuff that I have the same and I'll try to split them in there and see which ones sell. And honestly, I've tried free shipping and I've tried paid shipping and I get about the same amount of stuff. So I get eBay always pushes the free shipping, but on the few occasions where I've had not free shipping and I've had a return, I don't get many returns, but when I've had a return and it was not a real valid return, as a top seller, I have the option of holding back the shipping, and I will do that. I've done that a million times. So, but if I had to do it, I'd do it all the time. But if it's somebody, if it's a legit return and it's something I sent that was bad, of course, I'd give them everything back. But that's the only advantage, I guess, to having paid shipping is that you can hold that back. You can't hold it back if you have free shipping.
Yeah, and I will mention one of the reasons I do free shipping is with the kind of stuff I sell. I mean, it's like a china, for example.
Right.
If somebody buys a lot of china, if they were doing calculated shipping, I mean, it's going to figure it all in one box. It's going to, they may pick priority mail. They're going to expect all of it to go priority mail, even if I have to split into separate boxes. With free shipping, I mean, I have the cost worked in there. And Mary brought up the point. I mean, you do have to be careful with offers and stuff, but I also set the minimum offers on eBay where people can't, that way I don't have to worry about lowball offers. They just decline. And it's funny. I mean, sometime when I finally get an offer, I'll look at the history, and they've sat there and offered, declined, and then finally they get to my price point. But it gives me a lot more flexibility. I can use Ground Advantage or UPS, SurePost, or whatever it's called. And if I do multiple boxes, I usually have enough margin in there to cover it. So for me, it just gives me a lot more flexibility, how I ship things too. So
interesting. I'll have to look
just
at that.
To go back, Kristen had asked about what our thoughts were on the pre-owned clothing condition classifications on eBay. Kristen, so we don't care as much about the fact that we have to put the conditions down. We're more concerned about that's kind of subjective, and we're worried that if we put excellent for something and somebody just wants to get a free return, that they'll say this isn't excellent. And so that's our only concern really with that, which then maybe it moves to, do you start to consider having free returns? But I just think for us as clothing resellers, that is just asking for trouble, just from a business standpoint.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. Yeah, that would be hard.
David, David, I'm gonna switch gears real quick. Now, you did start your channel, and you said you were up to 92 subscribers. Is that right?
I lost one somewhere. I think my wife unsubscribed, but yeah, I had 93 last week. I don't know what happened. Or my mom. I don't know.
So, everybody, if you're on there, you need to go over to David's channel,
Please,
which is
just
Breeze
subscribe.
Flippers,
Breeze
and help him.
Flippers.
Let's at least get him up to 100 tonight.
I
Maybe.
would be so happy to hit 100. I would love it.
Try to
but,
help you out.
You know, you know what though, guys? I'm glad you talked me into it, Wes. I credit you for that because you said just punch record. It does give me an avenue. I think that's what's fun about it. It kind of gives me an avenue to do stuff. And I've been trying stuff. I posted a picker video actually yesterday, and I've been trying some other stuff. Although they say you're not supposed to mix that on your channel, but I'm trying different things. So I've been listening to a lot of podcasts from vidIQ and BoostIQ and all those that trying to learn a little bit about some of these different things. So I'm a student of everything I do. That's just the way I am. But so I will get there. I will get to 200 at some point. My goal is 1,000. Hey, you know what?
We talked about it on episode 50. Just punch record, and you get better and better. And I'd asked Stuart this other day about, he sells on Whatnot. Has Whatnot made him better for this show, or has this show made him better for Whatnot? And he agreed it's like vice versa. It's here and there. So the more you do it, the better you get. You
got to be comfortable in front of people, and I think that's the biggest thing is that you start getting more comfortable. I can just think of the first video I recorded 7 times, because I was like, I didn't like what I said, I didn't care. And I think what I've learned to say is that I've just learned to go, I don't care. I just say what I'm going to say. If you're original and you're genuine, I think that's the key. And that's what I love about you guys. You're genuine. Everybody's genuine on this channel, and nobody's trying to, do anything. Although Johnny did call me out for being a little clickbaity on one of my videos, but but it got 2,000 views, Johnny. I mean,
yeah,
come
man,
on, man.
That's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it, man.
I mean,
it's a legit problem. And now, me in the analytics thing, I'm going back and looking at it, going, why did that one get 2,000 views and my other ones get 300? I'm kind of looking at it, going, okay, because people really want to know when eBay's messed up. That's what they want to know. So, so I kind of realized, okay, so maybe I need to talk about some of the problems that I have and be upfront about it. Because I think what I'm trying to appeal to is an audience of people that are maybe just starting out in reselling, or maybe just getting, or thinking about reselling. That's who I'm trying to appeal to, because honestly, I mean, I'm not a teacher by any means, but I have made enough mistakes that you can learn from me. Just don't do stupid things like I've done, and I've done some stupid things. So,
well, Stuart's put your link up there, and check this out. You've got Real Squirrel. She said she just subbed for you.
Don Wright, thank you.
Just subbed.
Thank you, all you guys. Y'all are so sweet. I cannot thank you enough. I appreciate it. I keep seeing the little.
It's a scary thing when we can help people's channels grow. That's a frightening.
Oh my God.
Don says you're up to 94 now, so you're moving. You're starting to move as we speak.
Thank you, guys. I love you guys. Thank you. So we'll get 100 here real soon.
The only catch, David, is when you hit 200, you have to go live, and then we have to come on your live.
You know who my guests are going to be, right?
There you go.
Oh, you're up to 96. Look at that.
Oh my God,
moving
you guys
and
are
shaking.
too much. I cannot thank you enough. I hope you enjoy at least 2 minutes of my videos. I think
I feel like we're on a telethon. Come on, guys.
I feel like we were trying to help out poor David Beckham. That's what we're trying.
Just remember, guys, 30 seconds counts as a view. Donate your 30 seconds.
Just watch it for 30 seconds. You might learn something. Who knows?
Help David get to his first 17-cent check in the world.
You just need 4 more for 100.
That would be awesome.
David, you do realize that when you pass us, we'll become bitter and no longer allow you on our show.
Yeah, we'll
so
just enjoy it.
But just think of this, guys. I am always going to be there to help you. Even if I'm ahead of you, I will help you. But listen, you guys have grown. You guys have grown. Think about what you guys were. And Wes, I think about it because it's because of Mike, Death Pile Picker, that I came on your show. You were missing 2 people, and Mike came on, and I came on. It was so much fun. I look back at that and I go, I look like I was a deer in the headlights. I was so scared. I was terrified. but I
That
had
was
fun.
an early on podcast too. Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, I don't think I could do this. I don't know. But anyway, it was fun. So yeah, y'all have come a long way since that. So I'm happy for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it's
us,
just getting comfortable in front of the camera. You just gotta get used to
Take some
speaking to the
time.
little eyeball there.
It takes some time. So, but it's worth it. I think again for me, it is just an avenue. Sometimes I want some place to brag a little bit to say, hey, like this weekend I sold 2 graded comics. I was thrilled. I mean, they weren't like real big, 116 and like 70 something, but I was thrilled to sell them. And I love bragging about that. And I also love talking about comics. I love talking about the things that sell. It's kind of fun. So I don't know. I'm really debating about the picking channel thing because I really want to do picking, but I don't know. It's kind of it's
I
one of
mean,
those
look at
things
these
where,
people. There you go. You're up to 97.
oh my
You're
God, I
growing by
might hit
leaps and
100 before
bounds.
the day's over, guys. You guys are awesome. I love you guys.
you know, David, the problem with the picking videos, at least because I tried to do a few here and there, like in the past, but I mean, it's hard to be a reseller and a YouTuber. I think I know there's people who do it successfully,
Yeah.
but the amount of time you've got to spend editing on those kind of videos, especially. And I mean, Wes edits these videos, and I know he spends a fair amount of time just on these kind of talking head videos.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, anytime I would try to do estate sale videos, I would just get, I'm just not cut out to do the editing part. And I'm thinking, you know, this is like 2 hours of time I could have been listing stuff and making money. I mean, because,
Absolutely.
Ultimately, there's a very small percentage of people who are going to get rich on YouTube. And, and that's not why we do it. And I'm sure that's not why you're doing it. We do it.
Not at all.
We enjoy getting together and talking. And
wait, so we don't do this podcast for the money?
Sorry, Johnny, you're not going to retire off this one, buddy.
Johnny's like, guys, I'll see you. It's been real.
We'll see you later.
I'm only here for the money.
One day we will split a 17-cent check. So
you can look forward to that. That's one thing. No, and you're right. You're right, Stuart. That is the hardest thing. I just for that experience, editing that video yesterday took me 4 hours, and it's 30 minutes of video. It takes me. I got one I got to edit tonight because I just did my what solds video. It'll take me 20 minutes to finish. I mean, because it's so easy because I don't do takes. I don't go stop. I do the whole thing. I throw in the intro, I throw the exit, I throw in the transitions. It's done. So my editing is really easy. But yeah, you're right. Anybody that does picking videos, ADH Dave and Commonwealth and all those guys and Death Pile, that's the hardest edit I've ever seen because I have so much time of just boring crap in my videos. Like, and you know what? The thing is like most of those guys are so interactive with people. And when I'm picking, I'm serious. I'm looking at stuff and I'm not talking to them. I'm really trying to figure out, is this worth it? Is this worth it? So I don't know. It may not. I don't think it's going to be a channel. I think it's going to be an occasional pop into my channel thing and just throw it in there for fun.
I also feel like you have to kind of be like at a certain point where splitting it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like it's hard enough to grow one channel, let alone two. And
I don't have enough time to grow 2 channels. I don't have enough time to do that. I do have another channel that I will do at some point. My brother and I are going to do called Flipping the Breeze, and that's just going to be about.
Is that just where you just flip through all the Playboys you bought, but there's just a zoomed in camera on your face?
Oh, those
you're like,
Playboys.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna look at May 1983, and
here we go. Yeah, 1983. We're gonna look at this. Will Smith, 1920. So no. I do want to do one with him. We just talked to him about the other day, and really because he and I's like trajectories of our life are so different, but. There's a lot of interesting stuff, and I'm a big proponent of the gig work and side jobs and different things where you can do and improve yourself and grow. And business. I'm a big proponent of small business. That's one of the things that I've always been. I've been a member of Chamber for a long time. We had a small business for a while, so there's a lot of stuff that we can talk about from that aspect. And I kind of think that's one of the things that we want to do. And he and I just want to have something we can kind of banter back and forth on and just kind of. As they call shoot the breeze, flipping the breeze. It's just something, So it's a plan that we will probably do at some point, and I just kind of think it's fun, to kind of do that. And it's something I can do with my brothers. You know, I would like to do it with both my brothers because I have two brothers, and we could just call it the Beckham Bros. I don't know. We could do that too. So just something fun to do.
Well, we even incurred on our show a stoppage because of me last year. I think we were gone from November of 23 to March of 24. And then we started back up, but we've been full board since March of last year. And Johnny made the comment that we now have 52 episodes, which is a complete year if you watch it every week, you know.
Right.
So,
yeah. Well, kudos to you,
it's just
Wes,
sticking
for
with it
having
and
the job
keep
that
going.
you do. Yeah, the job you do and you're able to do it. I mean, it can't be easy reffing all the time and all that stuff. So I'm glad you guys have kept it going.
Wes is actually about to start a new channel where he paints his kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so used to that blue above his head now, though. I don't know. It's kind of like a
I
halo.
kind of don't want it to go, John. I think I'm just going to just finger paint everything.
I think if you just made it rounded, it would have just looked like a halo above there, you know?
He's trying to get a Sherwin-Williams deal before he goes any further.
There you go.
Some
Not only you got,
sponsorship.
visit Knoxville, now you're going to have a
Bear.
Johnny made a comment the other day. My wife is like real subtle. The painting's gone.
All of a sudden, the painting's gone. Next week, Wes does this standing. He actually has to stand because she took the chair out.
Yeah. Penguin Boss has got it. Just frame it. There you go. I'll just frame all this.
Just frame it. If you hang the paint swatches back there, it could be like Art Deco, you know. So
I like that. Well, I do have a quick giveaway. Speaking of that, everything that I do, basketball and all that kind of stuff. My giveaway, though, is going to be this Nitro hat, brand new with tags. Okay. It's from the Bass Pro Shop. There you go. I'm going to give this away to the first person that gets it right. Are we
eligible to win, Wes?
No, you're not. So, and I made it known that, I'm a teacher and I'm a referee, but there was something that I talked about on one of our episodes that I have done that somebody may think, wow, never thought he would be doing something like that. So it's in one of the episodes. It's kind of hard. But if you've been watching, you would know something that I did along the way. So anybody knows that one.
I don't even think
That's not painted his kitchen.
We know that.
We know that one, Johnny. That's
not buying things that don't sell. I don't think.
Yeah. Well, Johnny will tell you it's just buying things to keep.
Yeah, Wes wouldn't know if his stuff doesn't sell. It's got to be listed to sell.
Chippendale dancer. Oh my gosh.
This was something you did after the age of 30, right, Wes? You hadn't Chippendale dance since you were in your 20s, so.
Yeah, well, I guess I was young and needed the money. I don't know, so but no, it was not a Chippendale dancer. That was a good guess, though.
You might have to start giving some hints.
I'm starting trying to remember too because I've watched all your videos, so I don't remember.
This is a tough one. Johnny, if you remember, you and Stuart, if y'all remember, you can start dropping some hints and give them some help if you want. I'm not sure if Johnny even remembers.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
What's a subtle hint?
It was all for the children, so that's
yeah. For the kids.
Yeah, very Shel Silverstein of you.
Yes, very Shel Silverstein of me.
What in the name of Shel Silverstein's going on here?
Now, Mary McQuane says, I know Wes interviewed some famous people. Now, that is
he
true.
Has.
Kane from the WWE.
Kane.
The mayor of Knoxville.
Visit Knoxville.com, right?
Our mayor can body slam your mayor.
Yep. And I talked to the girl that played Mary Ellen on the Waltons. I've talked with her. I talked with Johnny Cash's sister.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Talked to David Beckham.
Talk to the real David Beckham. I have done
the
that.
only one that we're going to ever talk to. I don't think I'll ever get him on my show. That's for sure.
They should have a meetup where it's all people with famous people names just all
fun.
meet up. Like that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be fun. Nobody's getting it, huh?
No, they're not.
They might want to write this one down.
Here, I'm getting ready to give it away. It'll be the first person to click on the link who will know what it is.
Chad says very famous.
It's something you can actually currently buy on Amazon, right?
That is true. You can find it on Amazon.
David Beckham's Playboy collection.
Yeah. Don't say that. No, be nice. Be nice. Be nice. It is definitely not my collection. I am
he
trying to
hasn't been
sell
on
it.
Shark Tank.
Bing Ball Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. On Amazon.
Oh, Wes, what would you
know.
pitch on Shark Tank?
Come on.
He has
What
something.
you showed me last week? Was it what you showed me on number 50? That you're famous now?
What did he show you on number 50?
You didn't watch it?
He haven't even watched it. Well, he couldn't watch it because he knew you wasn't on it. So he's like,
Yeah, if I'm not on it, I don't watch it.
Okay.
It felt like it was somebody else's podcast.
Exactly.
I could not. I was trying to call in so much, and I could not connect. I was so bummed.
That would have been fun.
It would have been probably my undoing.
Here, I'm gonna dive into my pen set here, Johnny, and give another.
Oh yeah.
Here's a hint. Here you go. You ready? Wes was doing something.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I got it. You sell pens on eBay that don't work.
That's exactly right. You're exactly right. At a very cheap price.
David, when you list something on eBay that has to be tested, do you do it before you list it or after it sells?
Before.
Oh, check it out. Mary Doyle.
Mary.
Look here.
Yeah, there you go.
Wrote a book. There you go. Mary has got it. Good job, Mary.
It's all pictures.
I've actually written 2 children's books. They are on Amazon. One is Books for Jacob, and the other one is Jerry the Giraffe. It's on there as well.
And Pat Summit wrote the foreword for one of the books, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. Pat Summit, the legendary Lady Vols coach. I was riffing in her camps, and I'd ask her if she would help write the foreword for me, and she did. And I went to pick it up because she was out of town, and I went and I talked to the secretary, and the secretary told me, she said, you need to be real proud of this. She said, because Pat gets about over 4,000 people to ask her to do forwards in her book. She said this year, and this was in September of that year, she said, you're number 2.
Wow.
So
that is impressive.
That was really neat, and I really appreciate her doing that. But yeah, they were on Amazon. But Mary, I need you to send me a message and give me your information, and I'll get this hat out to you. But yeah, you won that hat right there.
On Instagram, Wes, or email? Instagram.
Email, yeah, or either way.
What's your email? I can put it in the. Or you want me to put it in the chat?
Yeah, it's well, here, I'll just put it. I can put it in there.
So, Wes, is that something you're going to do again? You going to write another book, or Hello Kitty?
I've actually got a 3rd book already in the works. The illustrations are done, and hopefully, I'm going to get it out real soon.
Cool.
So,
are you okay with putting a link to the book in the chat, Wes?
Yeah, actually, just do that if you would. Books for Jacob on there.
Yeah, that's the one I'll put. So.
My daughter actually wrote a book and has it published on Amazon. It's called Ever After. It's kind of a fantasy kind of thing, but that's she wrote a novel, which I don't have enough patience to write a kid's book. So I don't know how she did it, where she gets it from. She's actually a pretty good writer. So
there you go, Mary. There's my email. Just send me your information. I'll get it out to you.
Everyone sees you being bad.
Look at her.
That cat's not
Oh.
being bad. It's just trying
just-
to get your attention.
Yeah, she just
he-
fist bumped you. You see that? The cat just went here.
Like saying, "Hey, pay attention to me. Hey, pay attention to me." Hey.
He wants his midnight. He wants his midnight snack.
Oh yes. Oh no. I have one of those that does that. I don't know where she's at. She's apparently deserted me. So I have a dog that does that.
Dawn says, "Kitty."
Yeah, guys, that is Wilson. He wants his midnight snack. He wants a little salmon before bed. Don't we
I
all?
understand.
Everybody wants a little salmon.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, this has
Guys,
been
this was fun.
This has
Oh my
been
God.
really fun. We appreciate all the people that come on tonight and joined us for our 200 subscribers episode. This has been great. Of course, we've had the real David Beckham hanging out with us for most of the time because David
you.
is an adjunct person that joins us quite a bit. So we appreciate you, David, for staying with us as long as you have.
I love you guys. Thank you. I appreciate you having me on here.
Well, you know we love you too, brother. And thank you
always
so much.
fun.
But
Always enjoy, and I learned so much from you guys too. I listen to you guys intently. So every time you put out a new video, I try to be the first one on there, but work gets in the way. So, so
Yeah, must not let you post Amazon links in the chat because it's not showing up. I don't think.
that's fine. It's
we'll
fine.
find it.
Anyway, it's Books for Jacob and Jerry the Giraffe. They're on Amazon. You can find them there.
So what's our
And,
plan for the next live? We going at 500 or are we going to go before that?
No, it's
300?
every 100, right? Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, we'll go
300,
live
we're
at
gonna go live
300.
again. Yeah.
500 was when Wes was coming to Knoxville. I mean, Johnny
No,
was coming
and
to
when
Knoxville.
Johnny was, because I'm already here, Stuart.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
you got his
I'm here.
beanie baby.
I like that. That really helps my travel.
Makes it super fast.
Wes, get to Knoxville real quick.
Yeah, let me get that. Hang on. Right, there I am. There you go. But yeah, everybody giving us congrats. Thank you all so much. You keep us going, and we really do
Thanks.
appreciate you joining us. So thank you so much for joining us on the Finder Flippers Resale Podcast. Gentlemen, have a great evening, and let's talk soon.
We'll see you guys. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, everyone.
Have a good night.